I'm Mallory Grimste. I'm a teen therapist, and wouldn't it be great if there was a coping strategy that you could take with you literally anywhere? Well, in today's video, I'm sharing 7 different coping skills that you can use at work, at home, at school, anywhere, because you really just need yourself to make these work. So the first coping skill is imagery. You've got to be able to visualize or imagine things differently if you want to feel differently about them. So you can use this by imagining the future outcome that you're working towards and how great and amazing that will feel. You can also use this to imagine yourself in a more comfortable scenario. For example, if you have to give a presentation for school, that can feel very panicky. So one of the things that you can do is practice and imagine the speech is going well and people are receiving it well. Everybody is smiling, everybody is having a good time, and the teacher is giving you an A++. So the thing is, once you imagine and visualize this happening, your mind and your brain already believes that it's already happened. So when you're in the situation later, it won't consider it a new or different situation. So your anxiety responses will actually be less because it doesn't have to put on that alert warning that like, hey, this is a new different situation. We don't know how to feel about it yet. You've already practiced and oriented your mind to how the situation should go. And so it will follow what it's imagined you've already done. The second coping skill that you can take with you anywhere is meaning. So if you know why you're doing this and you can think about the impact that it's going to have in a positive way, of course, then it can help motivate you to push through and get through this difficult moment. Do you have a bigger purpose to why you're doing this? Do you have a reason about why this is important and meaningful for you? Is there something bigger that you're looking to achieve and work towards? Keeping all of that in mind is really useful and helpful. So some people will actually write down whatever their intention or meaning is, kind of like a mantra or an affirmation, and have that as a reminder for themselves, like, okay, I will get through this. This too shall pass, whatever it is that works for you. If you've got a great meaningful mantra or affirmation that's worked well for you, please share it in the comments, because you never know who you could be helping when you do. So the third coping skill is prayer or spirituality. For some people, prayer indicates a religious component, and that may be useful and helpful for you. But this coping skill is really about connecting to something bigger than yourself. So this could be a spiritual ritual like journaling and reflecting with the new moon. It could be actually praying to whatever spiritual guide you ascribe to. It may even just be practicing and expressing yourself spiritually through dance or creativity. This next coping skill is one of my favorites, and it is restorative rest. So y'all know that for some reason, rest has gotten a bad reputation. Though I don't know, I think that we left that behind in 2020. No more apologizing for resting. We all are exhausted. We all need rest to restore our energy. So making the time and space to create that for ourselves is going to be so useful and helpful in these moments. And you can take this literally everywhere with you. I talk about bathrooms as being these magical coping skills rooms because you can do so many coping strategies in there, and literally taking a pause and a break in the bathroom can be a wonderful way to implement some restorative rest. Taking a pause and taking a sip of water can be a way of engaging restorative rest if you need a moment to collect your thoughts, your energy, your feelings, or re-regulate your mood. You can even pause where you are and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Another coping skill that you can take literally anywhere with you is one thing. So focusing on one thing, one task, one element in the room will help you cope with whatever is stressing or overwhelming you. There's a few different ways that you can do this. So you can do this by asking yourself the focusing question, which is asking if you could only get one thing done on your to-do list that could make everything easier and better and more manageable, what would that be? And then start taking action on that. And stay open, because that one thing might be taking a moment to relieve yourself in the bathroom. For some reason, we forget about that, but that takes a lot of stress and effort. Another way to practice one thing is to focus on a color or an object in the room and just notice and observe what that is in the room, or counting all the things that are that particular color or shape. You can also use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique, which is noticing 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can feel, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And I highly recommend that you do this 5 to 1 as a countdown, because when we go backwards or down like that, it signals to our mind and our body like, let's decompress and slow down. The next coping skill that you can take anywhere with you is vacation. Now, okay, you can't always just pause and be like, I'm going on vacation. I'm going to Aruba or wherever. Can you tell that I'm dying to go on a beach vacation? I really am. Okay, so you might not be able to actually take a vacation, but you can take a mental break or an emotional break by physically removing yourself from the situation if possible. And if you can't, you can take a mental break or vacation. You can do this through daydreaming. You can do this through imagining. You can do this through actually just taking a walk around the building with permission, of course, especially if you're a teenager. You don't want to just get up and leave your classroom without your teacher's permission. That's key. And please don't just get up and walk out of your home without your parents' permission. That's not taking a vacation. That is running away, and that could lead to whole other circumstances that you don't want to deal with. This next coping strategy is a favorite of mine because, again, you can take it anywhere with you, literally anywhere, because it just involves your thinking, and that is offering encouragement to yourself. How awesome is it when we hear an acknowledgement and praise and good things about us? We can do that for ourselves too. And the more that we talk positively and encouragingly to ourselves, the more receptive we are from hearing it from others too. So if you are uncomfortable with encouraging statements, I really recommend that you try this one out, and keep in mind that it can take saying 5 positive things to yourself to cancel out 1 negative thought. You can keep this progress going and get and stay motivated to get your life together right now by watching the video on your screen right over here. I hope that you found this information useful and helpful, and if you did, please share it. You never know who you could be helping when you do. Thanks for watching.